Alright, man, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video. And today, that boy PGF Nook, you know what I'm saying? He had that hit song with Polo G not too long ago from what I remember. But I haven't heard nothing since. And he just been took down by the feds, man. The feds done came and snatched him. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and tap into this 1090 Jake video. Y'all know he break it down the best. With that being said, man, let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's do it.
Man, what's up, everybody? It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on PGF Nook being indicted by the feds in Chicago for two back-to-back carjackings that took place in less than 30 minutes. PGF Nook, one of Chicago's rising drillers, may have just ended his own career. The man behind the mask, identified as 22-year-old Virgil Gibson, has now been officially indicted by the feds. It's been 2 years since Nook dropped his hit song, gaining over 100 million views and instant stardom in his city. With a cosign from Lil Durk to being brought on stage by Polo G, Nook seemed like he could possibly be next up from the rack, but a series of arrests, along with his views going down, would seemingly lead the rapper to crashing out. Back in August of 2023, Nook was arrested after a Glock with a switch was found on the floorboard of the car he was driving.
That's the rapper PGD Duck.
What did you call him?
Right here.
He just called him PFG Duck? Did he? Whoa. Come on,
PGD Duck.
Look at him. He like, man, he just said that all the way wrong.
Who you talking about?
According to a Chicago News article, police stopped the vehicle because the plate on the car had been flagged for impound after previously eluding police, meaning Nook was caught riding in a getaway vehicle. According to the news report, the person riding passenger with Nook told police it was Nook's gun.
He got told
and Nook told the police it belonged to the passenger.
They telling each other.
The gun belonged to one of them, but neither one of them wanted to take the charge. And according to the article, they told on each other to police. Nook would be arrested, later freed on pretrial release, and 8 months later, arrested for double carjacking plus kidnapping. On April 7, 2024, federal prosecutors alleged Nook carjacked 2 people within 30 minutes. The first attack was on the south side of Chicago.
If you ain't never been in a position before, I guess you just wouldn't know. But you already caught your first case. Okay, cool. However it goes. But this is the time where you should be making as much music as possible just in case you do get slammed, so you'll have something to release. Like, that's the one thing that I would say about YoungBoy. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about YoungBoy. He's one of the biggest artists who's been in jail more than anybody else. He's probably been in jail more years in his career than he's been free. But he's always consistently dropping music. He dropped like 3 #1 albums / mixtapes while being in jail. That's from having the work ethic when you outside and you free. Like, it's not hard, bro. It's really not that hard. But you got to give up who you used to be to try to be somebody new. And obviously, you didn't want to do that. And you need a haircut.
At a gas station in the 5900 block of South Morgan Street in Inglewood. It's alleged that Nook, armed with a handgun, took a 32-year-old man's Chevy Malibu at gunpoint.
Still in
30 minutes later, Nook arrived at a gas station in the 8300 block of South Cottage Grove, driving the man's Chevy Malibu. Nook allegedly got out of the stolen car, opened the door to another man's Kia Optima, and forced him into the passenger seat.
Why is your door unlocked?
The 35-year-old victim was forced to transfer money from his bank account, remove some of his clothes, and then get out of the car. Covert Chicago police later spotted the hijack.
I never understood that either, because you transferring money from his bank account to your bank account with your name on it. Like you finna, like Bro, this nigga's dumb, bro.
In the 1600 block of West 55th Street, while PGF Nook was found hiding in the janitor's closet of a nearby phone store. He'd be found wearing the same clothes as the hijacker that would later be seen on surveillance video. Nook would be charged with 2 counts of vehicular hijacking with a firearm, armed aggravated kidnapping, and aggravated unlawful restraint.
It's like no matter how much talent you got, if you're stupid, you're just dumb.
Indictment. On Tuesday, July 16th, a federal grand jury indicted Nook on 2 counts of carjacking, 3 counts of brandishing a firearm during a crime of violence, and 1 count of robbery and kidnapping. The charges in the indictment carry a maximum sentence of life in federal prison. As everyone pretty...
How you went from having one of the hottest songs? Bro, I cannot cap. What Up was hot. Like, if you never heard a PGF Nook song before then, bro, you heard that when you was a fan. Or a supporter, however you want to call it. How you go from that 100 million views on YouTube to life for stealing a Kia Optima and a Optima and a Chevy Malibu?
Much knows when the feds become involved, it isn't a matter of if you're going to prison, but how long you're going for. Let's not forget that at the time of the broad day carjackings, Nook was still on pre-trial release for his state gun case when he was caught with a switch. At this time, he hasn't been federally charged with the switch, even though his charges would appear to state 3 counts of violent crime / drugs / machine guns. Within the indictment, it clarifies he has 3 counts of brandishing the weapon during a crime of violence.
Stupid.
PGF Nook is currently being held in the Cook County Jail within the infamous Division 9. This would be home to the max custody inmates with the most violent cases in Chicago. Nook's Instagram will be flooded with comments about him being a crash dummy and ruining whatever was left of his career.
Everybody talking about Bond off 1700.
It's hard to imagine this playing out in any way other than bad, as the amount of evidence is overwhelming. Not only were the crimes captured on video, he was arrested wearing the same clothes as the person committing the crimes on video. He was arrested nearby one of the stolen vehicles, and he had one of the victims wire him money to an account, possibly his own account, because if he's desperate enough to carjack in broad daylight, he might be dumb enough to send money to himself. Federal documents would state Nook does have a lawyer, but what's the fucking point with all the shit that's
you
against
on camera, you're not beating
all
it.
she's doing is overseeing the plea deal he's about to take, because trial would end with a life sentence, and Nook really has nothing to bargain with, meaning whatever the feds offer him is most likely what he's gonna have to take.
Double digits.
At 22 years young, it's likely Nook won't be seen again until he's well into his
30s. Man, well, he's 22. Nah, because you still gotta think about it, bro. I don't think they're not gonna run it concurrent with his switch charge. And people getting like 10 for a switch. I've seen some people get 7 to 10 for a switch. So if you get 7 to 10 for a switch, then you're facing life. You got robberies, armed robberies, carjackings, kidnappings. You probably gonna get hit with at least a 15. He's talking about he coming home in his 30s. I doubt it. 40s at the earliest. I doubt it. Like, bro, and this is what I say when you get, well, this is what I was saying. When you get into a certain position, bro, you cannot live that same life you was living. If you would have put all this energy and all this dumb shit in your raps, you would have been far. You had the hottest song on that side in a little minute, reviving drill culture, because like drill really is dead. It's dead for the most part. Like King Von revived it and it's dead. Like you had your song, it was heating up, everything was heating up. It was no, bruh. You had everything you needed to go to where you were trying to go. But the truth is you were only trying to go to jail. Stupid ass boy.
Highly unlikely he'll be let out on pre-trial release, knowing he's still pending a gun case in the state's courts. See, this is the hottest part of living the lifestyle. Nook quickly became the biggest name in his circle. Money started coming in, shows were getting booked, interviews were being done. Nook saw the rise, but he couldn't predict the fall. I mean, he had so many switches in his first video that they weren't even as impressive in the next 20 songs. He was left in the shadow of his only hit, his fan base would slowly turn, and now he's left to see who around him was actually rocking with him. That's because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. Nook can be seen with his mom, who's clearly an OG GD or an OG gangster disciple. The son of a gangster, Nook would describe in an interview how his own mom shot back at his ops after his house was shot up.
It was a point where my mama had to shoot, you feel me? Like, I want that type shit. I never be at the crib, but they'd come to my crib, try to shoot the house up. Tell them mama had to start shooting, like, that's to defend her crib type shit. Like, that's type shit that made me go harder in the streets.
Some could say Nook was doomed from
this is the fuckery I be talking about. This is just, I ain't gonna cap. I usually don't say this too much, bro, but he one of the ones, bro, you was set up for failure, bro. You were set up to fail. You found a way, you made a way, and it sounded like you just didn't take it serious enough, bro. I ain't gonna cap, he is telling the truth. I have not heard a PGF Nook song after What Up. But after What Up, you should have been on a feature run. You should have been on a promo run. Like, you should have did way more in your time. You never know how long you got. Like, even Polo G, people saying Polo G fell off. You know what I'm saying? He's still who he is. But I don't remember the last time I heard a Polo G song. It was off the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I don't listen to Polo G, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And I don't hear nobody in nowhere saying put on that Polo G. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, bro, you had the ball, bro. You fumbled it. And now you back in the streets. You probably releasing music trying to get back hot. But it ain't going how you want it to go. You done got too cold.
Start being raised into the gang-banging world of Chicago, while others could say he had a head start in the streets. Being that he's young and hasn't been to prison, his next move will have to be his best. One of the biggest mistakes for first-time or younger inmates is to not accept a plea deal. While it sounds easy, actually living through the experience of signing your name on a piece of paper, knowing you're signing away years of your life to be spent in prison, it's easier said than done. But not signing results in trial and a harsher punishment. Meaning Nook could be offered 10 years, deny it, be found guilty at trial, and sentenced to life because in his mind, he hoped his lawyer could find him a way home. With over 90% of federal cases ending in a plea deal, it can be expected within the next 6 to 12 months, Nook will sign his fate and the case will end. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out.
Open and shut
Now
case.
I'm not gonna lie, when What Up dropped, that was my shit. I'm playing it constantly. In my humble opinion, he never dropped another song that competed with that. So it's like I said, it seemed his career was kind of riding on that one song, and it's such a drill song, it didn't really go mainstream, you know what I mean? It was in the clubs and all that, but somebody play that in the club and then there's a shootout outside, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not something they can really push like that.
All right, let's see. I'm finna see PGF Nook, right? He dropped one full project in 2022. July. So almost 2 years ago exactly, he dropped 16 songs. And he's been dropping random singles, but he did not drop a full project. And most of these is features. So yeah, he only dropped 2 songs all year. And 6 songs last year. Yeah, so you really didn't want this shit for real. I can't lie. It's impossible for you to have wanted it because you wasn't doing, and you not signed.
And unfortunately, when you have people that's in the streets or come from the streets, like I feel like one of the hottest things wouldn't be being broke, it would be getting a glimpse of a better life and then having it snatched. Whether you made X amount of money and went back broke, whether you moved out the hood but had to move back. He was really traveling around, going out here, going out there, doing shows. He hit Miami, he hit LA, most likely hit New York. He's making his moves. He's thinking he's gonna be the next big rapper out of Chicago, and it just, over the next 2 years, didn't work out. Back in Chicago, getting caught up in the bullshit.
He should have released more music.
For him to crash out on a solo mission, they're not saying they were looking for any co-defendant or nothing. This is something that he was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do this. You know what I mean? Like, there was alleged he got robbed by his own friends, whatever, how that goes. I guess people were turning on him. He got desperate and broad day allegedly decided to carjack 2 different fucking people. I don't even know why he took the first one just to drive to the other gas station to take another one.
And all these gas stations is flooded with
then, hey, bitch, what up? Cash at me the money. Like, what the fuck? It was just such a careless move.
It was stupid. It was dumb.
And you can look at it like he threw away his career. You can look at it like his career already died. And a lot of people, when they get desperate, when they can't handle the responsibilities and the pressure of society, they act on impulse, they do something dumb, and they find themselves in a system where now they have to wait and see how many years they're gonna be kept from society.
But that's what
this is something I've seen a lot.
In general, you usually
there's a lot of people that are locked up that are scared to go home because they know about the pressure, the responsibility. It's easier for a motherfucker to wake up in jail or in prison, eating the food that they give you and just living off the land in there. You get taken care of. So it's like, unfortunately for him being 22 years old, I don't know what type of role models he had. His mother was gang banging. She's with the shit. She's holding up guns and everything else. He might have been doomed from the start. Like I said, if he wants to live that life, he had a head start. But this is the situation that got him in. So for y'all, the viewers, the younger ones, clearly, y'all pay attention to this. You could have a hit song and before you know it, you're fighting for your life. And everybody that was there partying with you and spending money with you and popping bottles with you,
your money.
They're not in the courtroom with you. They're not in them chains with you. They're not in the cell with you. But hey, it's 10.
Well, with that being said, man, that's another drill rapper, another potential person who could have made it out gone, either to the grave or to the jail. You feel me? So with that being said, man, use these people as examples. You do not have to be the one fighting for your life. You don't have to be the one in federal custody fighting one in the state and one in the feds. You don't have to be looking at life in jail. You don't have to, bro. Once you get hot, like, the thing about it, right, is once you get hot like that and the money starts coming in, you have to change. And most people, even me, everybody, it's better for it to be gradual. But when you get hot like that, you have to change instantly. And it just wasn't in him. He was going around, he was collecting money, he was doing what he was doing, but he still had everybody around. He still had the gang around him. He was still living this gang banging lifestyle. It's just now we on the road. We touring with this shit. You feel me? We got switches in different states. That's all type of Hobbs acts and all type of stuff. The same stuff that Pooh Shiesty got hit with. Bringing a gun across state lines and this, that, and the third. But it's tragic. It's tragic. With that being said, man, y'all let me know in the comments how many years y'all think PGF Nook is gonna get. But it's another one down, man. It's not too long till somebody else comes out. When they got they hit, they go up and then they get slammed as well. But with all these people who are going through this same thing, you would have thought at least one of them would have been smart enough to be like, okay, hey, look, he crashed out like this, he crashed out like that. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna figure this out, and I'm gonna stay grounded. I'm gonna figure it out. I ain't going to jail. I ain't throwing my career away. And a chance at these millions. But with that being said, man, it's your boy Key checking in, checking out, and we go.